Today, we'll be getting an introduction to the Sandship Discovery 2, the AEV Jeep that Paddy Upton and Connie Rodman will use to compete in the 2025 Rebelle Rally, the first women-only off-road navigation rally raid in the United States. And they'll be competing as Team Tried and True, number 114. Paddy and Connie are both legends in the overland world, and more about them can be found at their website, which is linked in the description below. Connie, first, can you tell us how you came to have this vehicle for the rally?
So that's interesting. We thought that procuring the vehicle would be one of our most difficult tasks, and it ended up being one of the easiest after we had stressed about it for many months.
Exactly, yes.
So I have a few different vehicles that we could have used. Having a vehicle was not going to be a problem. Well, I really wanted to drive a Jeep because of Paddy's story. That was the driving factor in that. And I had never actually really dealt with a Jeep before. I mean, I had driven one very briefly, but just on highway. Then at Overland Expo at East last year, it seems forever ago and yet a minute ago. I was at happy hour and some people were saying, oh, I hear you guys are doing the Rebelle. And somebody said, oh, hey, let me grab Matt. And so they brought Matt Felderman over from AEV, and he said, oh yeah, I heard you guys are doing the Rebelle. And I said, yeah. And he said, what are you driving? And I said, well, I don't know yet. And he goes, what would you like to drive? And I said, well, I'd like to drive a Jeep because of Paddy's story. And he goes, okay. And then I carried on talking to him a little bit more. He goes, well, when you need it for October? And I said, we need it from like April till October, so we have time to train, get it all ready. And he said, okay, we can do that. And I went, what? He said, we can do that. And I go, really? And then we talked I don't even remember what happened after that, but then just about 20 seconds later, I said, really? And he said, yes. And he said, I can't guarantee it'll be red. And I turned to Paddy, and she was talking to somebody else, and I said, Paddy, we have a vehicle. So
I still get chills when I hear that.
And then he went straight home after that expo and sent me a picture of a red Jeep. And
but it was just plain at that point,
yes, it was
right?
plain. It was just a red Jeep, and I've got photos that he sent me of that. And he said, I'm pulling it from the lineup right now, and this is going to be yours.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome. And it had red wheels too, didn't it?
I did not have red wheels.
Okay.
Not the first photo he sent. It didn't.
They did that specifically to match Paddy's Jeep.
Paddy's Jeep. Yeah, that's cool. So what else did they do?
So all of the graphics on here, we have the 713, which was important to Lauren.
Lauren's number.
And then they did the map that is the replica of the map that was on the back windows of Paddy's vehicle. They had a round logo on the door, but we have multiple doors, and they couldn't put it here because we have signage that's required for the rally that goes there, which this is a temporary thing. And so they redesigned the logo that we had and put it on this back panel, on the venture panel.
They gave the name.
And of course, they christened it the Sandship Discovery 2.
That's awesome. That is really cool. And so what else on here makes this an AEV Jeep?
We have the AEV suspension. They put on the 37-inch wheels, tires, not wheels. that would be monstrously big. And then they put on the steering components that go along with those larger tires. It's been incredibly capable. You can wind the wheel all the way and nothing touches. Everything's really well done with that. It has handled absolutely everything I have asked of it. I could not possibly be more pleased. Yeah, it does have the Venture package, which comes with these little out pieces here, which when we get into the inside, you'll see more about that.
Okay.
The Warn winch here on the front. We've got the extra light package here. Then we've got the snorkel, which gets our air intake up much higher because it's going to be desert sand areas, and it's important to have that cleaner air coming in for our air intake. So that's nice. It gets it up out of the, hopefully we won't be traveling too close to anybody at any point, but we don't want to be sucking their
Because you're
dust.
going to be in front, right?
That's right.
Right. And they also put your logo on the
With the black.
Yes,
the
yes,
blackout.
with the blackout top
Yeah.
to
It's a little more
match.
modern, honeycomb. But
yeah.
I like it.
So Patty didn't get to see any pictures of the vehicle until we went to pick it up. And
I know it was
that
red and had red wheels. That's all I
Yes.
knew.
Right. But you've
That's-
seen those pictures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
with the red wheels.
Yeah.
And so Patty's husband, Lauren, had a quote that I really, really wanted to have incorporated somewhere into the vehicle.
Right.
And then Matt sent me a photo of where that was.
Oh, wow, yeah. So right in front of Patty's face the
and
entire time,
I
right?
did tell him, you do understand that she does need to still be able to see to read the map, right? So yeah, that's where he put it. And he sent me that photo.
What did that mean to Lauren?
Basically, if he dared to do it, he would
he
will
would
it.
do it.
And if you can will it, you can do it.
Okay, all right. And that was sort of his driving motto
Right.
for the whole trip around the world, right?
Yes. Oh, yes,
And
definitely.
probably his life, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
The Terra Trip is the external odometer, which is something that I can read and set. And that gives me, and it's set with kilometers so that I can set the kilometers, or I can read the kilometers, accumulated or incremental, so that when we're doing the road books or the enduros or various
Time,
names
speed,
for
distance,
time,
and all
speed,
that,
distance,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, cool.
That's where I can keep track of how far we're going, if we need to be slowing down. I've got stopwatches to watch the time, and then
Right.
I've got that for the distance.
Because it's all in metric, right?
It
Yes.
is.
It's all
Yes.
metric, yeah. Has that been it's been a thing for you?
I'm getting more used to it.
Okay,
It's taking a while because, growing up when I did, it was not a thing.
And you did all of your stuff in the Darien and miles, probably?
Feet.
Oh, feet. Okay, fair. Inches, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And then you've got a sun visor cover up there?
Yeah,
too?
I've got a sun visor cover that's got elastic bands on, elastic that I can put, basically it's the map scales. I don't want to lose the map
Oh,
scale.
right,
So
yeah,
it gives me a place to put, and I'm only going to be using one map scale during the day because I don't think we're going to be using multiple maps any one day. Could
Right.
be. But it gives me a place to put the map scale so I can get to it easily.
Cool.
Pens, pencils, and I've got a notebook up there that I can get to easily to keep track of notes and write down when she clicks the tracker, what our coordinates are so that we can verify that what we're supposed to have and what we actually have, how far off are we?
Yep.
We've got the goose gear seat delete, which is great because usually there would be back seats here, and it just makes a nice flat load bay, and you'll see that even better from the back
Okay.
door. Then underneath that, you've got compartments to store all of our stuff, and I put in a tube there for
love
our
the
whip
tube.
flag, so that
love
we have
that.
easy access to our whip flag.
Required item.
Yes.
Yep.
And then some of our other required items that are unlikely that we're going to need are back under here, our emergency triangles and our glow sticks and things like that. And then right behind the passenger seat, we've got some storage boxes here. And then on top of that, we've got our two separate recovery kits from Freedom Recovery Gear. We've got a winch kit and a vehicle-to-vehicle kit.
Okay.
They're separate so that we're not digging through all the pieces, and that way we're certain we've got everything we need in those individual kits.
And
Let's
this
come
black
around to the
line is
back.
quite important, right?
Yes.
Because this was matching something on your car.
that kind of takes the place of the wood
Right.
panel that Lauren put in when he raised the roof.
Yep.
Which is funny to see them next to each other because your vehicle looks small, but it's taller.
It's
a lot
much
shorter,
higher,
yeah.
yes.
So back here, we've got our shovel mount, which is really cool. It's actually just a tension mount, but
Oh,
it
cool.
stays really solid because
And that's an
it wedges
is that
against. Yes, that's an
AEV
AEV.
item?
This is their spare tire carrier,
Okay.
and you can see. I mean, this tire and wheel is nearly 100 pounds, but it doesn't affect
Right.
the swinging of the door at all, and it cambers out so that nothing is hitting. We've got the goose gear fold down table here that fits into the back panel of the door. There are a couple nights that we will be responsible for doing our own meals because they're during
cool.
the
Okay.
rally stages, so we'll be camping out separately from, we
Base
won't have
camp.
our base camp, we won't have our kitchen tent and showers and toilets.
And having a table is always useful,
yes,
right?
and a table is always good. And it's also a really good place if, Patty needs to get out and stand up for a while and is still plotting. We've got a nice solid surface here for her to plot. We've got our National Luna fridge from Equipped. It's the fridge freezer. We've got the dual zone. It's not the fridge freezer as in you set it to one or the other. It's the dual zone. We've got refrigerator and freezer available to us, which...
Are you going to be taking, what are you taking in the freezer?
Ice cream.
Oh, okay. All right, because you need that, yeah.
I can see that. Yes.
Popsicles, ice cream, ice.
All the luxury items.
Ice packs because
Yeah, we're
have
big into
80
ice
bits.
packs.
80 bits.
Patty was saying she wasn't sure about the fridge, and I think maybe you've
I think
convinced her that
yeah,
she might be
I know
unsure
it's
about
gonna-
the fridge.
I know it's going to be good. It's not.
We did have
real-
a few other people
Yeah.
surprised. You're going to take a fridge? I mean, even other competitors. Yeah, we're overlanders. Of course we're going to have a
Of course we're
fridge.
in a fridge.
Those venture panels that you saw on the outside, the part that pops out, it allows for so much more gear storage because on this side we have our spill kit, which is required for,
Okay.
if there's an accident and we are leaking fluids, we have to be environmentally
Manage it,
conscious of
yes.
the
Yep.
area that we're in. So we're required to carry a spill kit to be able to deal with that. Behind that is our jumper cables, which also hopefully we're not going to ever need.
Yep.
But they're there.
Yeah.
And then we've got, so this is where you can see that, okay, so we're also going to still build a mount for we have the Max Trax light that we purchased. Actually, no, they were purchased
donated-
for
yeah,
us
yes, donated.
by a very generous person that is
Yes.
helping us out. And the hope is that we're going to make a mount to put them right here so that they're up out of the way but easily accessible right in that back door. And then along with the seat delete, we've got
yeah.
all these panels that make the area underneath easily accessible. So this is absolutely cavernous.
Yeah.
So this is the ground mount for our jack, and we've got some
Towel.
shop towels, gloves,
More gloves.
all of our wire ties, which came in a multi-pack, and I put little slits in the side so that they're not all spilling out, so you can pull out one at a time.
Keep reaching. I shoved more in there.
We've got
It just goes all
Oh,
the
it
way
does.
back.
our
It goes all the way to
sledgehammer,
him.
our sledgehammer, just because sometimes you need a bigger hammer.
Always.
Spare
Hopefully
paper
not.
towels. Our gaffer's tape, which is always useful. More gloves. And our bag that has all of our
That's
tapes and glues
Glues.
and things, the various
Lubricants.
things for the vehicle.
again. Hope we never have to
Yes.
use those.
Hopefully we'll never have to repair an exhaust system or anything, but
Right.
we're
Superglue
ready.
anything.
We're ready. So along with the goose gear seat delete here, so speaking of the jack, this came with Allen wrenches. I was concerned because normally most people are not having to change spare tires. It's a once in a very rare situation, but the reality is we could have to change them quickly. So I took out the flat Allen that were in there and went to the hardware store and the gentleman there, and I pondered some things and came up with a solution because I didn't want just some knurled tops on those because I'm crawling in and out of here and I didn't want to wreck my knees.
Yeah.
So we've got our jack in there that's accessible from the back. However, as wonderful as Jeep is at having thought lots of things out, if you are going to need to change that spare very quickly, the lug wrench that comes with that is not the best. So we put in a little cross piece so that we can spin
it
that
quicker.
easily
Yep.
off.
Yeah.
We're probably also going to take
We'll see.
an electric torque wrench because they just come on and off because
Yeah.
it's still a long way for
Yeah.
those to come off of the lugs there.
What's that?
And then we've got our tents on the other side inside those venture panels. From American Adventure Labs, we were also sponsored a couple of pieces. We have our mount for our fire extinguisher, which is required. I had to go get different clamps for it because we are required to carry a little bit larger fire extinguisher than it would be normal in a normal situation. We also have the paper towel holder here on the back window. One thing that I really didn't like was with using our air compressor, we had to open the hood and attach it to the battery. It's a fantastic air compressor, but it is a bit of a fiddling with to deal with the hood, especially when it's hot out. And now you're opening up in the hot and you've got the hot engine. So we installed an Anderson plug, which we also installed on our Morflate compressor. We can just pull that up, plug that in, and we've got our air compressor. We never have to open the hood in order to use that. And then we've got our kitchen box for the couple nights of, and it's maybe a little larger than is strictly necessary, but we're overlanders, so good food is important.
Right.
And then you've got more area underneath for storage. This is our, from Adventure Tool Company. This is, we only have half of it packed because Patty hasn't put her in. This is our, so we are required to have a first aid kit.
Right.
Which has a lot of things that are necessary in it. But the required number of Band-Aids, Patty and I quickly realized that was not going to cut it. So
no
this
pun
is,
intended.
So we have our first aid bag, but this is our boo-boo bag.
Okay.
So this
Easier
is
to get to.
This is the day-to-day things that we're going to need all the time. Eye drops, Neosporin, Benadryl, things like that. And then along with that, we got, so this isn't the bag it came in. We had to put a few extra items in there, but our Medical Points Abroad sponsored all of our first aid items, which we got a little bit bigger bag to put all of those in. And our little label here is also from Adventure Tool Company because I just thought it was really funny.
Cool. The FUBAR kit. So this is the
this is the required items. This is the required items.
A little bit overboard,
but if you need it, you need it.
There
Right?
again.
Yep.
When we were looking at the requirements, it said 1 ace bandage, and we said, so how do we share that at the same time? And then we've got our water cans here in between, keeping that weight nice in the center and low. We'll probably also have some spare fluids and things underneath.
Are these the sponsors right here?
Yes. We have, people have been very generous with us, especially with gear. Morflate has sponsored us that air compressor and the hose kit and the gauge that goes with it to be able to inflate all of the vehicles or deflate all of the vehicles, the tires at the same time.
Right.
And then Overland Glove Box Guide has sponsored us our entry fee, which was incredibly generous. Freedom Recovery Gear sponsored the recovery kits, our vehicle-to-vehicle and our winch kit. Equipped sponsored us the fridge. And Adventure Tool Company has sponsored us the little red pouch that you saw, and then a tool bag as well, which we haven't selected exactly which tools we're using yet. So.
Okay, so that's going to be your main toolkit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that would be our main toolkit.
There's a duck.
Little ducks are a big thing with Jeeps, but this is the only one that we've opted to carry in our vehicle. It is going to have to be glued to the dash though, because it's definitely not going to stay.
Velcro or something on his little butt.
So, well, thank you for the tour. That was amazing. It's almost ready, right? You're not quite there yet. You still have a few more things to do. You're feeling good about it? Yeah, ish. Okay.
I mean, we're rookies. We don't even know what we don't know yet.
We're ready. Yes.
Yeah, but you've both done really long trips.
We have,
overland trips,
yes.
so you kind of aware what's going to be.
Sure.
What the implications are, right? Awesome. And so, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, follow you, donate to your projects, where do they find you?
So we do have a website, TNT.
Okay.
-triedandtrue.com, and on there's a sponsor us page, a fund us page. It also lists our sponsors that have already. So I would appreciate it if people would go and patronize those companies as well.
Yeah.
And because we really do appreciate all the support we've gotten. It's been very, very humbling.
Yeah.
Tell people what does TNT actually stand for, and how did you come up with your team name?
So TNT stands for tried and true.
Right.
Because
I've said that we're tried by adventure and true to the finish.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And I thought that it just fit us well. We
Yeah.
were trying to come up with a team name, and I feel
Yeah.
like we are both pretty tried and true.
Tried and true, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
and when we did approach companies for sponsorship, we also we didn't just say, "Hey, everybody sponsor us." We
Yeah.
approached certain companies that we believed in,
That we- yeah.
that we already believed in
Past
their
experience
product,
with, yeah.
and
Oh,
we
so
thought
their
that
products
their
are tried.
product
Yeah,
was
okay.
tried
Tried
and
and
true
true.
as well.
Well, cool. Thank you very much for giving us a tour.